finally, the triangle angle bisector proportionality theorem. If a ray bisects an angle of a triangle, then it divides the opposite side into segments proportional to the other sides. Notice this is a ray. Ray CD is dividing this angle into two congruent angles. It's bisecting the angle. So that means the sides across from those congruent angles, those little pieces of the sides, so these little segments, the AD segment and the BD segment, are proportional to the other sides of the triangle, this side AC and this side BC. So how can we show that? In a proportion, piece on the top to piece on the bottom, AD over BD must equal the ratio of the other sides. Now we went from top to bottom, so again we'll go from top to bottom. AC over BC. Let's look at some examples. Solve for the missing side length x. So I see the bisected angle is here. I look across from the bisected angle, this segment says 3. I look across from the other bisected angle, this segment says x. That has to be equal, if I went bottom or top to bottom, then I do the ratio of the sides going top to bottom, 9 over 12. And then we can solve that proportion. I like to reduce first, so let's reduce it. 3 over x equals 9/12 reduces to 3/4. And without even cross multiplying really, I see both numerators are 3, therefore both denominators must be the same as well. X must equal 4. Now I could have set this proportion up a different way. So let's look at it in a different way. Instead of going 3 over x, I can do little segment that's on the top with side that's on the top. So little segment over side. 3 over 9 equals, as long as I go in that same order, x over 12. Let's see if it works out the same. Well, first of all, 3/9 reduces to 1/3. And now if we cross multiply, 3x equals 12. And dividing by 3 gives us x equals 4, just like we did the first time. Why don't you try this next problem? Pause and come back, see how you did. So this is a little bit different in the way that it's drawn, is just because they don't give you this segment length. So across from this bisected angle is x. What's across from this part of the bisected angle? This piece right here doesn't say anything. So we see that the whole way across is 8. This part is x. So this leftover part is the whole way across minus the little piece next to it. Once we've labeled this, now we can make our proportion. So little segment x over little segment 8 minus x, the segments across from the bisected angle, equals, now I went top to bottom, so staying in that same order, I will go top to bottom, 3 over 9. Again, I like to reduce. I'm going to do a couple other properties besides reducing. So 3 over 9 reduces into 1/3, but if I also use my reciprocal property and write this as 8 minus x over x and 3 over 1, then I can use my addition in the numerator property. I see x down here, so I can add it to the numerator. I see 1 down here, so I can add it to the numerator. How is that helpful? Minus x plus x, the x's in the numerator go away. 8 over x. 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 over 1. Now I can cross multiply. 4 times x equals 8 times 1. Dividing by 4, x equals 2. Good job.